Looking down on the cars on the highway, the stream of taillights, everybody advancing together to so willingly sacrifice rights. When people accept their cogs in the system, give up free will conform, individual pieces that swirl together and become a force storm. Looking down on the virgin insane, the skyscrapers rise, even men with the greatest intentions stop believing their own lives. We can borrow from the future, but eventually someone's got to pay. The only way out of the cycle is to strike out and pave your own way. Our own fight. Will you fuel the desire when always struggling with the truth of the life that might have been? But no matter how jagged your path is, you'll always come back to the road when the dust of the battle settles. The war still rages within.
Gaming? Hello? Well, howdy ho. Only 12 minutes intro, it's getting kinda late, so we are going to speed up stuff, I guess. So, hi, howdy, welcome. Today we are gonna be playing hooooy, which is not only the way, which is not only something that your girlfriend says to you once in a while. It's also a video game, in fact, demo of one. And yeah, we are going to do gaming, indeed. We are going to do gaming, indeed. Let's see how it plays. It is like, I have no idea. It is like a Chinese setting or something like that. What I care about is the fact that Wulong is going to have some sort of the iteration of PvP in form of invasions. This is at least what they announced. I am very curious if we are going to see some sort of PvP in the demo, because yeah, this is demo obviously. But yeah, well, I guess we are going to have our answers soon enough. The game has to fucking turn itself on, though. Okay, it's slowly, yeah. It has like a slow start. Okay. It captured, nice. In this demo, you will be able to play an introductory section of the game. You will be able to carry over a portion of your save data to the full game. Ooh! This is an online okay, maybe. Wait. Online only demo available for a limited time. Please notice that a connection to the internet is required. Okay, like, fuck. It might, yeah. Whatever. For a second, I was excited. This game has autosave. English. Maybe, you know, technically it's something with the microphone. What's going on with the microphone? What's up with it? Let me actually hear myself. Cracking. Okay. One, two, three. It is good now, guys? Or it's something wrong with it. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. It should be fine now. Hopping. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Are the difference now? Or it is still the same? Okay, let me actually turn off the music so you have like a clear audio without anything in the background. How it is now? Am I still like there is like still something wrong going on with the microphone, or like, or what's going on? Maybe it's because of the game. Sounds good, you say. What about people that heard? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me actually put something on. Three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is it working now? 3, 1, 2, 3. Is it working now? Okay, so what happens here is my new microphone cover is actually keeping pressure on the cable, and some shit started happening. If something wrong would happen again, just let me know. Yeah, for now it's fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, let's turn on the game again and see what's going on here. I'm not sure on which Unreal Engine the game is fucking running. It does run on the Unreal Engine, and by the way, insane fucking logo. It was looking like it was made in Paint. Is the demo gonna have multiplayer? I hope so, but we don't know. But yeah, this is Wulong. Here goes the clipping. Let me actually... So it is application issue. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is what? Funny. Still clipping? But yeah, it is the game. Try speaking up, speaking. Does it clip? Like, are there any issues? Okay, I wonder if like in Borderless, like out of the blue moon, things gonna start working normally. Can you hear me, guys? It is better now? Doesn't sound better yet. That's fucking ridiculous. Okay, what about now? What about now? Like, is there any difference? I turn off. Now it's good? Holy shit, this is funny. You know what's the issue? The issue, my friends, is recording. For some whatever reason, like when I turn it off recording, things fucking work just fine. weak PC. To be honest, it's issue with SSD in that case. Check your sound card setting, but ma'am, how it's going to help when the issues with the recording? It must be like. Isn't it like just like a clear indicator that SSD, that the game is on and I am recording on is just shit? Cause you have to split input audio. Well, it's in Polish language. I'm not doing that right now. Alright, guys, we're just gonna have a stream. It's okay. Listen, it's fine. No biggie. As long as, you know, right now things just sound correctly. It's okay. I am going to take the VOD out of the live stream and I'm gonna edit it out, I guess. That's what I'm gonna do. So 60 FPS is max, therefore we are not doing fucking full screen. I'm gonna keep on borderless. Clipping again? Really? It is clipping, you say? Clipping, who cares? Ma'am, please. Like, what you mean, who cares? Everyone cares.
Wanna be wearing the
Oh.
suit.
I hear Lost in the background because I enabled. Okay, wait. Right now, nothing works. Like the. Oh, fuck! Okay. What the fuck is this? Well. This is problematic. I need fucking double PC setup for that shit. But yeah, this is the first time I had this type of issue. Let's go back and let's see how the thingy gonna start clipping. I'm gonna keep on talking out of the pure curiosity. I really wonder when the thingy just gonna start clipping. Just immediately once we're gonna enter the game or what? Or maybe like at the moment when it's gonna start capturing. It is clipping now? Or maybe... Okay. I have a question. It is clipping now. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Was there any clipping? Fine. Okay. And now 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Nope. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. We're going in. Fuck it. May it's clips on the menu. It actually clips on the menu. Okay, what I can do is apparently just how that's called. It's not clipping now, yeah? Or it is still clipping.
Elixir, the secret of the eternal path, a prize sought by the sovereigns of old.
It's not clipping when
Among them was the first emperor.
the game is
of
not
the
focused
Qin,
now, just in
who
case.
lusted for immortality. The result of his quest to obtain the forbidden medicine was a
Okay. Alright. It's clipping now, probably, no? Clipping. Shimping here. Yeah, clearly. Nope. It doesn't. And okay, that's funny. That's funny. Only a bit. This is hilarious. I'm gonna tell you like that. It's probably... I'm not sure if that's clipping right now. Because... Just do ASMR. Actually, maybe it's just microphone, like... Wait. I need to say something. Okay, listen, if I am talking like this, it is still clipping. Maybe it is up to the like volume going over the top. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It is not clipping at all. Still clipping? Okay. Oh my god. This is funny. The best part... the best part is, guys, that the game doesn't really take that much out of my CPU. I have no idea what's going on here.
Take this. I'm sure it will prove useful. It's a medicine created from refined chi. With it, you can heal most wounds. I hope my family is still alive and well, wherever they are.
Gonna restart for the last time. We might just go on Elden Ring, to be honest. If that's gonna be like that, I'm just gonna play it off stream. God fucking damn it. I truly have no idea what might be actually the reason behind it. I'm gonna do one particular thing, guys. Like, out of the pure curiosity, I'm gonna do a small test. I am going to separate the audio and the game complete. Okay, it doesn't make sense. It is separated already. It won't change shit. Kurwa, because yeah, there is no clipping right now, obviously, yeah? What do you think about the game? It fucking makes my microphone fucking pop for whatever reason. So for now, everything I think about the game is it's fucking dog shit because yeah, I cannot fucking play it, in fact. But yeah, like it's not like, for example, like my CPU or GPU are like fucking you know, what that's called, like they are bottlenecking or anything like that. Yeah, it's everything is fine. Is it Chinese game? Japanese apparently. It's about China, but it's apparently Japanese game. Hmm. Okay, listen, guys. I'm just gonna play it, and that's it. Yeah, it's gonna be eventually. I'm gonna jump into the game. I'm gonna jump into the game, and we are going to see if the clipping gonna still appear. If so, I'm just gonna be basically muted. Oh, I'm gonna try one more thing. The last one. I'm gonna try one more thing. The last one. Okay. Alright, just... It is clipping. It is clipping now, or not? If that's clipping, then... Yes. And now it is not clipping, yeah? The window is out of focus, it doesn't clip anymore, it shouldn't, at least from what we were doing before. Or it is still clipping. Now it's fine, yeah, this is hilarious. Okay, so that's how it looks like. I am going to talk with you guys by alt-tabbing the fucking game. And when in game, I am going to be silent. That's, yeah, that's what it is, okay? Alright, let's continue with the gaming. Bro, this fucking game doesn't have the attack like on the R2. It has on the square and triangle.
I hope my family is still alive and well, wherever they are.
I'm actually playing on the mouse and keyboard. My left mouse button doesn't work. What the fuck is this? Who programmed this garbage? Bruh! What is it? Like, the sensitivity is so fucking low by default. Okay, back to controller.
This way. Climb past that watchtower. Testing you.
What we are doing today, because definitely not that shit. Okay, let's... You know what? Let's... Okay, listen, I surrender. Not gonna lie. Let's become Asmon Gold 2.0 and instead of playing the games, just watch them, okay? And judge other people.
Virgil podkreślenie Neolofi just subscribed, an anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Virgil podkreślenie Neolofi.
Thank you a lot, Anonymous Gamer. Appreciate the support. Okay. Lost is playing Elden Ring. Who the fuck is playing Short? Let's see. Lyric is playing Short. Fucking like a prod is probably like one of few people that not going to be complete fucking lame.
Dodge / deflect.
Okay. You know what? He's going to quit the game in the fucking 5 minutes. There is no point to watch him. Okay, let's go with fucking Scrubs. How about Lyric?
He charges twice.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think all the boss fights has been pretty cool. When I get hit intentionally, it's usually that it's just me missing my parry time.
Or when I'm getting hit intentionally, by the way. Real. Ja pierdolę. It doesn't look half bad from the mechanics perspective, to be honest. Camera control already better than in Elden Ring, so that's a one thing. Now it looks like Monster Hunter, you have a point.
Damn, Divine Beast does so much damage.
The iframes are out of this fucking world. Holy shit.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? I just ran into it. Why did I receive damage?
Come on, man. Sheesh.
I am very interested in the fucking movement system of this game. Because, like, it's looking fucking kind of, you know, there is no weight to it. And it has, like, a downside and upside. The upside of it is that you will see, guys, that when people gonna get good at this game, like, the shit that they are going to be doing is gonna be great. It's gonna be looking very good. It's just that, like, default animations are not looking realistic, let's call it that way. They do not look, like, that good, yeah? I just realized this Lyric's character is the most gorgeous man I have ever seen in my life.
Okay, we have no horse.
Would you mind taking me along?
We got no fucking horse. You have received the following rewards. Nice. Thank you for playing. Now
Oh my god, look, it's Sekiro. Oh no? Okay, my bad. Okay, GG. We have beaten the game. Fuck. Who won Twitch Rivals? Vivar. Please. My friend. Actually, who won the... who won the PvE part? Let's see. Oro lost? Guys, the way how Oro... It's, Oro's team actually won, just in case, yeah? This is the first day, yeah? Let's see, day 2. But like, let's go with PvP the last day, yeah? So what happened here is, funny enough, look at that. Team Maximum is Oroboro. Look at that. Team Lorena versus Team Maximum. I'm gonna give you the guess how they fucking lost. Chat, you have one guess how they lost. Due to the tournament being shit. You know what? Rule break? Yeah, okay, listen. Quarantine? Thank you a lot, Anonymous Gamer, for giving sub to Quarantine.
Quarantinkle just subscribed. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Quarantinkle.
Okay, listen, because you won't fucking believe it. You won't believe it. Team Maximum, so let's call it Team Oro from now on, because yeah, it's literally what it is. Team Oro won the first match. Out of like BO3. And then they had a stalemate on the another one. And then another stalemate. And then it turned out in both cases of stalemate, for some whatever fucking reason, they actually losing the round. According to the fucking rule set. Don't ask me. Coin flip. And that's funny. Not coin flip, apparently. Some sort of fucking ruling in regards of the amount of the fucking... I have no idea. I don't know, to be fair. I have zero fucking clue. There is some sort of the big brain ideology that goes behind it. Like some sort of the amount of the fucking... I know. Okay, listen. Even better, I reminded myself. Right, I was explained, actually, how the fuck that happened. So, it's even better. The last person that killed someone determines who wins. So if, like, just before the stalemate, the last person that died was from the Maximum team, or like Oro's team, then that means the Lorena team actually wins. Yes. And just in case, it doesn't fucking matter, because the overall standings, it doesn't seem like it is actually written here, but the PvP standings, the PvP points, like what is here, it doesn't matter. Like the overall standing matters, and in overall standing, they had like a huge fucking advantage over everyone else when it comes to points. It was like a 20 points to the 14 on the second place. So the fact they won only one match was more than enough to guarantee them actual victory in the PvP side of the tournament overall. So yeah, like, just in case, Oro's team actually won, it's just that they didn't win the last day 3v3s. Best combatants decided, but they have the same amount of kills, so literally coin flip. Well, not exactly.
Drgero podkreślenie just subscribed, an anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to drgero podkreślenie.
Thank you a lot, Anonymous Gamer, for gifting the subs to Sting, to Drgerdo. That's...
STINKMEISTER3 just subscribed, an anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to STINKMEISTER3.
Didn't XQC Alt F4 mid-tourney and uninstall game on stream? Maybe you mean previous one from the previous year? Because XQC literally has MVP of the tournament. Of the last day. I seen this. My recommendations on YouTube, let me see. Yeah, this is new tournament.
Oh, anyway. GG's.
Oh, this is such a subhuman, I swear to God.
GG's. Oh, anyway.
It's him saying GG's, not his co.
GG's.
Or no, wait, what? It's
GG's.
no, it's his teammate. I thought it was XQ. See, saying that. But they have like a 10 eliminations. They win. No? They won that one, I would assume. Let me actually see. Where is Team Mendo? Huh. There is no Team XQC. Was XQC a teammate and not the main protag of like one of the teams? No, he was with Mendo in the team. And in which match it was, actually? Let's actually go to the Twitch rivals. Aha, so this is... Okay, so they lost. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Shut the fuck up. Okay. 100%. Amazing.
Finding new people you might want to focus on.
Lightning Strike is a very good utility that you can always use. It's very good to zone people. It's very good to deal.
No, it doesn't seem like a quit in the middle of the tournament. It seems like he quit at the end of it. Guys, so yeah, like it's...
Look at that damage. It's just you can't. You're trying to get close, but you're just dead. You can't do anything if you're berry.
Who let her cook? Who told her to fucking get this fucking Ribera Bobera garbage, man?
To try to deal with.
That's what you do. You just stand your ground and then you keep casting.
Yeah, you just keep seeing all this weapon art spam. It's so chaotic over here. It's kind of hard to see, you know, what to look at.
Yeah, it's about. I mean, I think if you're...
I'm gonna tell you like that. That team that Frosty was coaching did actually pretty fucking well. like from the mechanics, not mechanics, like preparation perspective. It's just that they weren't very good. Yeah, it's quite a pose. People who stopped playing month 1 recommending Rivers of Blood Reel. Okay, I'm changing the title of the live stream to Reaction and the live stream because yeah, that's exactly what it is. So Distortion had like a fucking insanely cool fucking like idea for the builds. So you see what they are doing? They are playing mages and just throwing the fucking great balls left and right. And this is actually such a good fucking idea. Distortion definitely, like, you know. The remainder, like vast majority of these people have no idea how to roll. Yeah, knowledge check build is the correct way to address it.
We have a finalist already ready to rock.
And versus Team Mendo, game number 2. And yeah,
Who is Lorena?
Goes down, first blood goes to XQC. XQC's
How that happened? They actually won the whole PvP part. They had to fucking like play well.
14 kills, 15. A lot segment here, you know, they're going to the finals down, but I believe it is a 3-3 now, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Ceuf Whole Milk just subscribed. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Ceuf Whole Milk.
I mean, hey, Distortion 2.
Thank you a lot, Anonymous Gamer, for the gifted sub to see you. Appreciate that.
I mean, the power and look at this coming in through.
Okay, what we have here.
Is just taking his time.
This is okay. This is okay. This is Team Mendo versus Lorena. Let's see.
Adam, and here it is, the second semifinals. Team Mendo, the entire event featuring Mendo. A big shout out to Mendo once again for making all of this happen. But Team Lorena, the team to take down.
Oh my God! Oh look! I see what's going on here. You see that? The fucking light magic. Oh mega lul. Oh, this is actually so good.
Someone on the other side as well to help her. Blanks with the own bolt.
That's what happened.
And Mendo goes down. We'll have to
Let's see.
The Juice Lord XQC.
Holy shit!
Some things happen. Puppery with the night shard spam. I you know, her build, though I still.
Oh, this is so funny. Of
The
course.
quick night shard spam, I definitely like it. Unfortunately, Mendo using the Blood Boon ritual, not the greatest Asher War to use when you have a sorcery spammer on the other team, because he's just standing there and you know, that's free reign for Puppery now.
Yeah, XQC just do not know how to rotate in the middle air. That's unfortunate.
You know, stuff going on. You know, it might.
But hey,
a little bit,
it's doing its job. Good.
But luckily, you know, Lorena has some as well.
Lol.
Puppery is actually playing out of her mind. Like, she's getting a lot of kills.
So this girl over there is Lorena, and she has some fucking absolute garbage build.
The best play, Puppery versus XQC, the matchup.
So it is like,
For ages, XQC goes after
oh my God, what the fuck is going on
I never
here?
thought I'd see Puppery versus XQC happening on a Twitch Rivals broadcast, but here we are. XQC just trying to do the jump R2 spam. And, oh, he goes down. Wow. Blanks coming out of nowhere. 5 eliminations on the side of Team Mendo. 4 for Team.
Look at that, and fucking.
5 now after that kill. So, very, very tight so far. And yeah,
Geralt is actually impressed by 900 damage. If she only knew.
I do feel like they're not paying as much. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I spoke too soon. I am so sorry, Puppery. I was going to say I feel like they weren't paying as much attention to her, but XQC came in.
XQC identifies his job. He basically one-shots Puppery, and that's all he has to do. I mean, I think we're gonna see a similar theme going into the finals, where someone's just gonna have to go after the coming out from Mendo now, so he's gonna take more damage. Goes back up. There, Lorena.
Who do you think is going to take this?
I don't know. It's so, all these matchups are so tight.
They really
It's crazy.
are.
I mean, one thing's for certain. I do believe we have.
What am I looking at?
Skilled Seems like they're all carrying their weight. They're playing so well, and we kind of memed on Puppery yesterday.
Holy shit, the guy is
how
looking
he
like Jon
was chased
Snow.
down by Apollo, but I mean, hey, maybe Apollo had the right idea, you know? It seems like they're all
It seems like it.
seconds.
Ooh, ooh,
Team Mendo gets the win. What a game one! Like heard of
in the end, I don't
Team
know
Mendo
what
gets
happened.
the
They just
win?
pumped up their game.
I mean, that sounds about right, but... Yo. What? Did they just win by, like... best of three? But here is 2-0. And they say that Team Mendo got the win. Yeah? Was that actually the thing? Or the... Yeah. What happened here? Why in the score it is 2-0 for the Lorena team? Guys, it's 0 here. That's my point. So they just didn't write down 1, yeah? They forgot. I guess like they just forgot, yeah?
Should all band together and we should say.
They did put exact scores, bare minimum, amazing.
And also
Fucking
utilize it
Christ,
just a
like,
little more, you know,
I
know
swear to
everyone's
God, like
doing it,
the
but
production
I think
quality
she's
of
doing it at a very,
the
you know,
average
high
Den
level,
tournament is so
outstanding.
much higher than this dog shit.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
actually so
I mean,
fucking upsetting.
it's just, it comes out
But
to
this is
like,
what
it's
happens.
not
Like,
voted
get
with
fucking
outfit
experts,
that
you
goes up.
fucking
Oh,
morons.
no.
Like,
I mean,
seriously.
he's gotta be
Yeah.
really aware of
It's
that,
so
the
upsetting,
public
dude.
ritual. It can be very strong if someone's
Like,
running into you,
one
but
person from, like, Elden Ring PvP
not
Discord
ideal.
could
Blanks
explain
will
them
now going up against
everything, and they would
XQC.
have,
We
like,
can
a
see the
so
team
much
play
fucking
coming
better
out.
tournament than
But
this
the
fucking
frost
shit.
pots coming out from Blanks is actually really nice. There you go. She gets in. She
Oh, there it
identifies
is.
Jesse. The caster on caster violence. You hate to see it.
30k prize pool and that doesn't.
From,
I am
so yeah,
actually
so good. Mende
very
has a lot.
impressed by
Looks
this
like
prize
a
pool, not
little
gonna
bit more
lie.
bold.
But vision radius, just the fact that she's kill 11 to 11 now. And so feet it
Probably do.
Going
Oh.
Lorena Blanks trying to get the kill onto Mendo.
11
doing his best to
kills.
roll away from-
I mean, it would
in with the night shards.
list is
Yes,
obviously
Probably to Mendo has spear. Might be a really good weapon to go for PvP, but not really been that good so far, huh, Nova?
No, I don't think so. You know,
Versus to the side.
it's evolved. And
I also I just assume naturally that that would be something that people would use. Both coming
Was
out there,
PSGS
coming out
banned?
now, another
No.
something happened. Oh, Arena.
But
Puppery.
basically every single player in this tournament, none of them could fucking handle PSGS correctly, I'm pretty sure about.
Yeah, Jesse goes down.
PSGS is way harder to play than, you know, than people give it credit for.
So they're gonna have to
Puppery.
step
Top
up a
3
little.
builds.
A massive mistake.
I don't know,
She
man.
runs out of mana, but then she ends up trying to get a cast
Depends
off,
for
but she
what.
doesn't
You cannot
roll away
give
from the,
top 3
from the
PvP
recovery
builds just like that.
animation. So she eats a hit. Puppery's so sneaky, like her life roll's really helping her right now, and with everyone.
Yeah,
else
PS
having
Spears
to
were
be
banned.
Good
That
kill by
is
Lorena.
correct.
He's really good at
done a great job at finishing those kills. You know, whenever someone's trying to get away
Yeah.
from it.
She
Damage.
ha-
Kills and
Kurwa, let's go
Puppery
finals out of
for,
pure
the
curiosity.
Twitch Rivals Day 3 PvP 3 versus 3 segment. Give it up for Team Lorena. Them right? It just
a little bit.
pick off. You know what, Nova?
GG's, buddy.
Incredible
Little bit of
Puppery. Her damage output is just in. Haze Blade to fall. Distortion 2 versus Team Lorena. An incantation play coming from Team Distortion 2. We've seen this before, and Team Lorena might be a little confused on what to do. It's the first
Mish, but there is like nothing to look. Guys, I'm gonna show you what happened here.
Finals anniversary.
They
This
fucking
might be
lost.
the last kill, Nova.
Ooh, let's see. Oh my
XQC
gosh,
goes
there
down.
was so much
And they decide what a during the PvP what that like
In the end, I don't know.
final reason I'm
It is
Yeah.
and we'll see if they
oh, I'm hearing
Like it was basically it was the end essentially. That's the case, guys. Like, you know, he ulted fort when you know, when essentially they lost, yeah. He didn't quit mid-tourney. So yeah. I mean, still amazing behavior, but like, you know, it's actually like not like that disrespectful as people could have think. Gotta have to give credit to XQC for that.
And Hazeblade, they just the Giant's Flame spam. They just have such a good dynamic.
Like, what's going on here? How the fuck Distortion's team actually lost?
The Starlight Shards coming in. She can't run away from this.
is it regen?
Yeah, and I think the ring spam is also really tough on Lorena because Lorena's been trying to, you know.
But look, such an interesting meta actually developed during the
It
tournament.
just seems like they're zoning her out right now.
Some nice
It's really oh,
so does take out, I believe,
like the pot.
Hazeblade,
Nice,
using
nice.
the own bolt, and then uses a really nice frost pot to take out Distortion. And now
How much damage these coders actually do? They don't do that much,
Blank
no?
was a mentor from Team Lorena, very, very good speedrunner. And
EU and a what? She is EU? That's what you're telling me? What do you mean? EU people are what? In the rule set, there is said that like EU people are not allowed. That's basically it was NA only tournament according to the rule set. Why do I see Amir and Seep? Because they were apparently coaching them.
and Hazeblade now trying to take out Blanks. Blanks does
That's actually so cool.
roll catch.
That explains a lot.
Nicely done. Can he finish the job? He
SADGEMAN7 just subscribed. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to SADGEMAN7.
Thank you a lot, anonymous gifter, for giving the sub to Sub.
does.
Big appreciate.
Running the cipher pattern,
But
excuse
holy
me, the
fuck.
power stance coded sword. And
But that explains why coded,
He's
dude.
the way of Team Lorena, 4 kills now. And Distortion trying to run away as well. Can he make it away? The own bolt misses against Distortion. He somehow
Oro
managed to run
catched
away.
the
Now,
literal
Lorena
mage
taking
3
a lot of
times, but
damage.
she
Can
didn't take
make it
any
out?
damage because of the lag.
Saved
Fantastic.
by the iframe from the explosion radius.
Why she was allowed in the fucking tournament? Who let you in? For fuck's sake. I mean, like, you know, for me it's okay. Like, you know, I would prefer if this tournament would be international, but like, what the fuck?
The Giants limit
Lorena wasn't mage, so who is? Okay, so she wasn't the mage. I see.
Lorena goes down with Distortion. He somehow managed to run away.
Well-
I don't know what to pay attention to at this point.
More own bolts coming.
This girl is a mage, yeah? Who fucking allowed you in the tournament? Like in the tournaments, in the tournament rule set, it literally states that, like, you know, it's essentially NA only.
Hazeblade to fall. Puppery now. Blanks as well.
And roll
Distortion,
catch.
might not make it out of
Nice.
this right now. It just also very. And now Hazeblade as well. All 3 down. All of a sudden, a massive team wipe for the side of Team Lorena.
I'll do lightning.
Team wipe first, and I could now.
Shiny.
So, to get with the reverse sweep spam caution, you know, once Lorena also has a kill.
I'm gonna lightning.
Blanks is low, he's got to back out. Distortion tries to go in, greeds, has to look around. The own bolt coming out from Lorena. So many own bolts right now. Distortion goes down. Blanks soon to follow.
I'm going for Trey.
Blanks
Bunty was coached by Amir and Sip, yeah, apparently.
Tries to get as much damage off as possible.
Apparently the Lorena team was actually coached by Amir and Sip. On top of that, you also had the Errol, I think his name is, team being coached by Frosty, who won Orebore and his team, obviously. Mostly by the points advantage, yeah? I mean, right now we are watching finals, but they do not mean much, because what means is on the left side you have teams, and sometimes you have displayed the PvP standing there, and the PvP standing matters.
Skin of his teeth only to fall to Puffery. And 2 eliminations onto the side of Distortion at 2.
Laggy
But
team
it's
wins,
just
real.
So much action, so much
Love
pace.
laggy team.
They can't even take a moment. Hazeblade to fall, Distortion in a corner, looking healthy, trying to take out Blanks. Tries to catch fling spam, but doesn't
Can I
have the
get?
poise.
Can you go
Blanks
away?
just
The
trades,
fucking
takes down
thingy on the
Distortion.
middle.
Low on FP. I'll catch him.
Hello, play
Trey trying to
button.
run away, waiting for his friends,
Hello, play
to
button.
respawn.
Hello, play
But
button.
It does seem like it's slipping away.
Fucking cunt.
Distortion in a corner, looking healthy. But it lost a lot of damage. And 2 eliminations.
PvP standings.
onto the
Team
side
maximum
of
is 18. They ended up with
2.
20.
But it's just so much
Because they
action, so
won
much
like
pace. They can't even take a moment.
and what, like
Hazeblade to fall,
Lily got
Distortion in a
eliminated
corner,
early.
looking healthy,
This
trying
ended.
to take
Ah,
out
this is
Blanks, tries to catch fling spam, but doesn't
How the
have
fuck?
They can't even
Look
take
at that.
a moment.
Team Distortion,
Hazeblade to fall,
number
Distortion in
4.
a corner, looking
6
healthy,
points.
trying to
Team
take out
Distortion,
Blanks,
12.
so much
What the shit is that?
pace.
This is
They
PvP
can't even
standings.
take a moment. Hazeblade to fall,
Like maybe it's
Distortion in a
PvP
corner,
standings.
looking
I
healthy,
don't
trying
understand.
to take out Blanks, tries to catch fling spam, but doesn't have the poise. Blanks just trades, takes down Distortion.
I'm low on FP. I'll catch him. Can you do the
Trey
lightning?
trying to run away.
In this, and it seems to be paying off.
Distortion catches up against Puffery. Not this seemed to be like Team Distortion flame. Not
Lorena
But yeah,
team
like
has 7
the buffer of the
eliminations right
points
now.
that Oros team had
I mean,
just
their
guaranteed them victory.
communication is
Yeah.
really on point.
I'm doing
The
lightning.
fact that
Like the
I mean,
worst
Blanks
case
is in the front
scenario
lines,
would be
creating
that
so much
if they
chaos.
wouldn't
Puffery
get
gets
any
knocked
points,
down. Another
and
great
then
coming
like
in, knocks forward
Lily
Lorena.
team would actually win the
Distortion
whole
goes
thing.
down.
Then they
Blanks
could
managed to
lost.
make it out. Lorena
But
has to
Lily's
be
team
careful
got
with the
eliminated
Gold Spam
early
coming
on.
in.
Let me see. Well, not early on, but in the semifinals.
So much action
Still, like, you
happening.
know, not enough.
Hazeblade tries to get a point.
They got like 14
Unfortunately,
points, I think.
Doesn't manage to land it. And 10 eliminations onto the side of Team Lorena. We might be coming to a close of this game 2. 5 eliminations on the side of Team Distortion 2. Can they get a few kills? Blanks with the power stance coated swords. Nebula
They
casts
never
down
showed
Distortion,
Oro's
trying to make
perspective
something
because
happen.
he
Actually
didn't
does
have a
manage to kill
face cam.
Distortion. Can he make it out
We are
alive?
literally watching right
For
now.
the
Streamer
time being.
doesn't have
But maybe
face
to
cam,
get a lot of
Virgil.
kills really quick. Lorena
Like it's so incredibly doesn't make sense.
Flame coming out, or excuse me, I believe
They
that
probably
was
didn't show
Nova.
him because he is a
Lorena goes
toxic
down now,
PvP
she's
gamer,
still
very
alive,
very
but
bad
the
person.
concept makes
Oh
it
my
out.
God.
Real.
And now Distortion has to be careful because Blanks is trying to seal the victory. Distortion makes it out as well. The fan daggers coming out. But they might run out of time. 30 seconds left. 6 kills to 10.
10 eliminations on the other
This
side.
might be it. Nova.
Ooh, it looks like
We
Team
might
Lorena
see
might
a
be taking this.
2-0 victory here. Distortion running away. from
But
the
look,
second
they are actually fucking Christ. Amir and Sib did such a good job. Motherfuckers have fan daggers. Motherfuckers have the coded fucking gameplay, the ranged gameplay in the form of the mage. They are covering multiple different setups. LOL and Lorena essentially have the same build that basically just fucking nukes people.
Oh my god.
It's like they might have done it. And
Interesting.
Team Lorena
Oh
with
my
the
gosh.
victory. Oh my god.
Oh, look at how excited they are right now. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is magical. I loved that. That was so. It means so much to them. It's so great.
So happy.
I mean, what a team performance! Congratulations, Lorena. What an unbelievable bit of work there. Blanks and Puffery. as
No
well
Saint
have been-
Trina
they-
sword or poison build. So competitive environment rather consider sword Trinas to be dog shit nowadays. Because of the nerf to the application after the patch 1.07. And to be honest, I kind of agree with that. It's like I think the not very good player would have problems correctly using them. She was like, yes, like she wasn't. But you said like Lorena is from the NA, so
Look at how excited they are right
And it looks like
the only
out
person
there
that
gets
would be
cheated
considered
all
laggy is
along.
this
And
one,
we
yeah?
were memeing about it, but she comes back.
Oh my gosh.
Did we win?
And it looks like they might have done it, and Team Lorena
Did it. Oh
with
my
the
gosh.
victory. Oh my god.
Oh, look at how excited they are.
Paperi was from you, yeah. Light roll mage from the EU. Well, it is what it is. If you want to fight it, then you need to have a setup that applies a lot of status effects and also rotate your weapons around in the menus, which obviously none of these people that we have seen playing here would do, yeah? Are bonuses allowed in tourneys? Yeah, of course. Guys, are you fucking like... Wait, Alter, are you criticizing the player for bringing good build to the competitive circuit? Like, it's not even... Like, you know, it's not even like fucking... I would assume that it is
Right now.
good for them.
Blanks was in the
no, but we've seen so many 2-1s in these BO3s throughout the entirety of today's 3v3s. But a 2-0 clean sweep.
That was nowhere close to the OP build. It was actually close to the strong build, ma'am. It's just that like she didn't fucking, you know, bump up these numbers, but it was okay build, I would say. Like little bit more of the multiplicative like stacking and it would be way better, I would say. Like she still was doing like a, you know, a lot of damage with Comet. Like 900 is fine. If she would actually like bump up these numbers, it would be like 1,200, 1,500. With Terra Magica, those would be one-shots. That's how you use it, that matters? That sounds like a cope. What they supposed to do, like, it's, you know, like, they supposed to use it in the way to win, and they did. Good for them. GGWP, very fun fight. But yeah, this is like the PvP standings. And that is fucking annoying, to be honest. The idea of, like, from the perspective of the viewer, it's fucking trash, man. That you see, Team Maximum got eliminated in the last day in the second round, and they win the whole thing anyway. Like, you know, it's anticlimactic. I think like Apex Legends has this shit like solved pretty well because there's like match point. Essentially, teams collect certain amount of the like threshold, and they are collect certain amount of the points. Like once they are above certain threshold, they are like having the match for the actual victory. Yeah, if the person that has like a points above the threshold is going to win the match, they win the tournament. Because like, you know, it's fucking lame that actually champions are not even winning the final match. Yeah, they are not even close. It's kind of like from perspective of the viewer, like from the perspective of the, let's call it like person from the Souls community. I am happy that Oro and Raph actually won. They are homies after all. It's just from the viewer's perspective, it is like it doesn't have that, you know, substance. It doesn't like work very well for me. Not a fan. I just don't get how EU player was allowed to play is all. I have no idea. Yeah, I know, Super. I am aware of that. And like this rule is ridiculous as well.
To draw
Oro's team most likely would get to the finals. Although, you know what? It's not that guaranteed though, because like the Lorena's team actually was very well prepared from the build's perspective. But yeah, like they had Amir and Sip on the voice call, and who knows how many more gamers around from the PvP community supporting them. That's actually hilarious. Probably only last day, maybe. Zero steals though. I have offered my help only to friends, Vivar, yeah, only to Oro and Raf. But like I guess like they assumed they do not need it, and they were correct. Like they won the whole thing. Like probably if I would give them the tip, they would probably like smoothly sail through the date 3. But it doesn't matter after all. Like, at the end of the day, they actually got the golden medal on the PvP standing, and they win the whole thing. Or better than still then? Was that ever any different? Sounds like cope. Speaking of cope, let's go. The cope.
Yeah.
Battle Royale.
Oh, and he's poisoned. Yeah. Let's go.
Happy cope.
Yeah. Hey everybody, Coop here. What you're about to watch is a bunch of footage of myself and Joda Kujo showing off the Elden Ring battle.
Look at that. Cope and small cope. One cope is too much. And now we see fucking 2. Disgusting.
Battle Royale mode. It's using Cheat Engine in the Seamless Co-op mod to create our own Battle Royale mode. This is in a super early alpha version. You'll see us kind of basically do our first gameplay of the game mode. So very soon, this should be kind of more ironed out and more able to be played, and we're going to be inviting footage. Should be
Okay,
good,
okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah. Mainly shit. Oh, things stone?
Yeah, I just picked it up. There's
Alright, we are not gonna be watching it because... Yeah, I guess like we just got explained, yeah? So apparently you can just drop items around and just pick them up, or it's like randomized, I have no idea. Gabri's video? Yeah, we are going to watch Gabri's video. That's my plan. That's what I'm going to. That's the ultimate plan. You wanna do it right now? We are going to watch Gabri's video now? Or you rather like... Or we supposed to chill yet? I don't? Okay. Since... No short... yeah, I rage quit. To feel my pain? Yeah, I rage quit, my friend. So, yeah, no. I rage quit on the tutorial. When I have seen the freaking... how that's called? On the controller scheme. I am not... And plus, yeah, like the microphone was also popping because of this game for whatever reason, so fuck it. Do you know Drutut? I know him as a content creator. I don't know him in person. Wu long, Wu short. To be honest, it fell short. Okay. Elden Ring Gabri. Alright, so... Quick explanation what the hell is even going on. Gabri is currently working on the PvP dedicated mod that is essentially rebalancing the game around. And he cooked 35 minutes long video presenting this mod. He asked me to commentate over it and just give my thoughts. So that's what we are going to do, I guess. The video already has like a fucking almost 10k views after one day, which means that people are very interested.
Hello,
Explaining the background of Gabri. Like, Gabri is a guy that is kind of responsible for the Elden Ring PvP Discord, in the meaning that it exists because of him. He created that thing. He founded it. It kind of runs without him nowadays, but the fact that we have the PvP scene, an actual competitive circuit with plenty of money in it, and basically kind of like a small competitive scene, is like somewhat related to the fact that this guy exists. And yeah, that's about it. Like, we are going to essentially watch this. He's not a fan of the way how poise is balanced in this game, especially poise. Like, he has way more like issues with the game, but like he really dislikes the current way how the poise works, and this is going to be his main issue with the game. And well, instead of just sitting there and complaining, he decided to take things in his own hands and created a mod that fixes the issues. So yeah, like, let's look into it. Let's check it out.
Hello everyone.
Hi, Gabri.
When it comes to Elden Ring, most of us admit that the PvE was a great experience. However, when it comes to PvP, it has been a horrendous ride for many reasons for many people, including me. There are the issues of the extremely limited modes you can play in the multiplayer, such as no covenants, 4-player limit hurting the ability to do fight clubs in team-based invasions, the lack of solo host invasions, and so on. This is a long subject that I will have to discuss in detail in the next video, hopefully. In this video, however, we will be discussing the issues relating to combat balance, where Elden Ring, when released, was by many considered the most unbalanced PvP in all of From Software.
You didn't play Dark Souls 2, don't you? Like, you didn't play Dark Souls 2. Oh, man. Oh, like, Dark Souls 2 was special breed.
TOBI o 17 just subscribed, an anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to TOBI o 17.
Thank you a lot, anonymous user, for gifting to Tobio. Appreciate that. But like, fuck no, man. Like, this is like, I have been playing Elden Ring since the release. I have been playing Dark Souls 2 since the release. No. Just no, this is not fucking true. Like, Elden Ring has short TTK and it had its issues. But the fucking shit that was happening in Dark Souls 2 was the next level. Like, it is completely different fucking, like, no. Like, even like, Dark Souls 1 was awful on launch too, yeah. I would say this is just like a perspective of person that played on, like, of people that played Dark Souls 3 on the launch, yeah. That it was garbage, but yeah, like, thankfully these people were not around for Dark Souls 2 launch, I would assume. Ah, yeah, Cinnamon. The like Dark Souls. I wasn't on the Dark Souls 1 launch, but yeah, I heard about flipping Havels, about the fog ring preventing completely the lock-on. Yeah, seriously, like, the issues that we have with an Elden Ring, not even close, I would say.
Many people, including me, have done their best to bring light to all of the concerns that are plaguing the PvP of Elden Ring. While the balance has come a long way since release, it is far from ideal, and we will need much more to bring it into a much better shape. Most weapons are still lackluster due to the poor balance of passive poison and overall damage. Power stancing still deals absurd damage. Stacking buff is still overpowered. Bloodhound step and quickstep are still too strong. The game is still played by input drops like the block input drop. Many game breaking glitches still exist. And to add salt to injury, a new cancer was added that was not there during release, which is light rolls breaking.
New cancer was added, which is light rolls.
In the balance similar to how Bloodhound Step used to and still does. It has been an entire year since release, and by now you would think Elden Ring PvP should be in a much better state than it currently is. After looking into it further, I realized who's really to blame for the current state of Elden Ring. You see, From Software and Bandai are companies that have their financial bottom line as a priority. After releasing a game, they want it to be as successful as possible. Part of being successful is having an overall good image with the community. They are more than willing to help support the games if it means it can keep the community happy. However, one very important detail is that if the community is full of divided opinions on certain matters, they are likely to take the safe approach and do less to provoke fewer people. And that is the core issue of why we are not getting enough changes. We, the community, are at fault for not having a proper balance to PvP, and that is mainly due to divided opinions between us regarding how to approach the PvP balance. The biggest reasons for the divided opinions are usually the lack of proper understanding of how the games work, and most importantly, not knowing what is possible to do in order to balance these games. In this video, I plan on giving a visual presentation on how to balance the PvP for Elden Ring combat with modding and what is possible to do for balancing purposes from a technical level. From Software added a great tool in patch 1.07 that is so easy to use that a person with my level of technical expertise could do in a span of a day. So before...
Yeah, okay, so this is actually a correct thing. There is like a... Any of you can easily create the fucking their own version of Elden Ring, create the mods and so on for the sake of to balance things around. In the very simple way, there are like tools like DS Studio and so on that literally allows you to access the very simple like collected files of the game and just, you know, just change the values. It's like changing like, you know, the way how the parameters of the weapons be like react to the stuff around and like how like the game just plays out. It's very often just a matter of minutes, as long as you know what you are doing, which is quite fucking funny.
Before we start, let us call this visual presentation patch as PvP mod or just mod for ease of explanation. Without further ado, let us begin. Poise. Some consider this a very controversial topic, but in reality it really isn't, for passive poise specifically, and only seems like it due to people making it too personal since they are blinded by nostalgia instead of trying to be objective about a PvE specific mechanic. The issues related to poise are at the core of the Elden Ring PvP problems. I did a whole series on this matter that I don't want to repeat myself here, but the conclusion was basically that passive poise should not be the highlight of combat and rather should be a support mechanic to control the demons of the game, such as fast long-range projectiles or unreactable melee attacks.
Like in Dark Souls 2, the superior game. I agree, by the way. I absolutely do agree that it's essentially, I think a lot of, like, I have heard, like, from certain person that I am not going to name here, that the expectation of theirs out of this video is like Dark Souls 3 cope, but it is not Dark Souls 3 cope. It is Gabri bringing up literally the best poise system that was in the game, which is Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 had passive and active poise. In the meaning, it had like hyper armor, it had like a super armor, it had regular poise, and these things were coexisting. Generally speaking, the amount of the hyper armor that he was receiving was depending on the weapon that he was using. And on top of that, like, the poise on its own was only helpful against very fast weapons. And for an example, if you are facing very good PvP players in Dark Souls 2 nowadays, you can be almost certain that they are going to use something like, for example, Dagger. Why? It is a knowledge check. If you are not going to have enough poise to withstand Dagger, then you can be easily bullied in the PvP. Because having the certain amount of poise is just hella important for the sake of to withstand these very fast weapons. But any other weapon that you can possibly imagine in the game, like vast majority of them, you are not going to withstand, especially if they are like handled in the two hands, yeah? Maybe like a stuff like, for example, rapier you can withstand, yeah? Like thrusting swords and so on. But for example, katana in two hands, you are never going to withstand that one. And also some attacks were set to always break passive poise, like most rolling attacks. Maybe. Like, I know that with Dagger, for example, that wasn't the case. Like, daggers weren't like always breaking the poise on the roll attacks. But yeah, this is correct. Like, it's basically Dark Souls 2. Whereas Dark Souls 2 is fucking shit. Let's make things clear. Objectively, it is bad game. They made like a lot of the fucking, like, they had shitons of ideas, but many of these ideas were not working, and PvE in this game is laughable. But the systems that they were working on and like the whole fucking background, especially for the PvP in Dark Souls 2, was great. It was very well done job. And that's why so many people also love PvP in Dark Souls 2, because it's at the end of the day, like, it's a very well balanced game from the systems perspective. It just, things just works. They are fair. They are good. Anyway, let's continue.
The important word here is unreactable. This is exactly what we did in this PvP mod. We made all the attacks that are 10 frames or faster from neutral deal even lower poise damage than vanilla. This is to make them easier to not stun you. For example, the first light attack of two-handed attack of a dagger that is 10 frames speed deals about 50 poise damage in vanilla. In this mod, it deals 30 poise damage. So you are likely to be able to tank it in this mod than even vanilla. However, every subsequent attack will always break your poise. This means from neutral, the unreactable light attack of dagger can be tanked by passive poise, while heavy attacks and subsequent light attacks cannot. Its running attack as well cannot be tanked by.
Turn up volume for Gabri. I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, like, it's just recorded very quietly. I can try to... Eternal Years? I am not talking over him. So, it should be... It's not even quiet, the microphone is just garbo. Yeah, that's the case.
Passive poise. On top of that, dagger stun is the lowest possible stun, which is called, funny enough, faceplant stun in the game. Meaning that yes, you can stun the opponent with attacks that can, but it is so low that you won't be able to keep them stun locked like many people imagine it to be, while still keeping its priority due to the sheer speed of the weapon. Another weapon people get scared of is Twin Blade. The Twin Blade's first hit in the first light attack has very low poise damage, so will likely not stun you. However, the second hit of the first light attack will break your passive poise, always. The second light attack also received the same treatment, so that players do not get stun locked after getting hit by the first light attack's second hit, which gives a chance to escape if they get hit by the first light attack. Things like the fist running attack also receive the same treatment, and so on. Weapons like stray swords, katanas, axes, spears can now break your passive poise entirely all the time. Again, there is no stun locking, contrary to what others think, as Elden Ring attacks have very low stun with no true combos compared to the likes of Dark Souls 3 that had true combos. Thrusting swords and Shamshir Corpse Sword received a unique treatment. Their second light attack deals extremely low poise damage, while their first light attack will deal as much as a stray sword first light attack would. The third and subsequent attacks deal the same as the first light attack. This basically will play the opposite of the dagger nerf. It means you can whiff punish and stun passive poise with them, but cannot spam your opponent to death, as the second light attack does not stagger. Furthermore, thrusting swords also received a nerf to its tracking and roll recovery, so you can easily strafe its attack. This clearly shows how simple.
Just only adjust the following 3 types of animation to make it work. First, dagger light attacks, second, thrusting sword, and Shamshir light attacks. Twin blade, fist, / claw. First hit of the first light attacks.
Changes to these weapons that people worry about when they think of passive poise, of no passive poise or low passive poise, make these weapons much more manageable.
No poise counting anymore. Yeah, under these changes, there would be no poise counting anymore, like it is like currently important in the current game. But being honest, I am not sure if that's a bad thing. Like, it's very clear that people do not want to overthink about poise in this game, and a lot of people do not like poise in this game. So I guess simplification of the system makes sense.
Making them still useful, yet not too OP, contrary to what ignorant people think. Other things that received the poise damage changes are the shockwaves and push boxes. Things like this Royal Greysword Ash of War are now able to have pushback boxes and shockwaves, as you can see.
It has the shockwaves, pushbacks, and so on have its upsides and downsides. Upsides of this type of things is that like they are actually making the moves of the weapons that are overall bad kind of less bad. And the downside is that it feels fucking clunky as fuck to play against. The TS nerf can be circumvented with the offhand weapon, I feel. Perfect block, the pushback to lure further, real. But no, like, the whole fucking idea, because yeah, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but practically any weapon that slams the ground have some sort of the shockwave effect. This effect simply deals 1 poise damage. So yeah, like, because no one runs with fucking 0 poise, unless you are, well, you just want to suffer, then you are essentially never going to experience the shockwave effect. Shockwave effects, as I said, they might make actually the bad weapons a little bit better, but at the same time, playing around this, especially on the latency, is very fucking not fun. And I personally really disliked playing against freaking shockwave weapons in Dark Souls 3 when I was preparing to the tournament. It's just because, like, on the high latency, I just cannot fucking like play around them in like a reasonable way. Because I am constantly getting fucking like clapped by the freaking shockwave, and then I have to reset to neutral. Super annoying, super boring. Ruining the momentum of the high latency fights even more. Like, it maybe, you know, if like shockwave would be actually like working on the like special attacks and not like a passive, like, and not neutral attacks, then yeah, sure. Okay, let's continue.
They used to have it already in game. It just you only needed one poise to tank the shockwave and push boxes.
Yeah,
Whereas
like I
here
said.
now they're able to stun you, stun your passive poise all the time. Also, the backstab with punish also received the same poise damage level as their light attack.
This is good thing, I guess. Depends though, because in the original, I think like it wasn't dealing any poise damage at all, yeah? It depends, I guess, on the latency. On the low latency, I guess it is good thing. On the high latency, you basically cannot backstab punish someone that you baited the backstab of. Like, I am not sure if I am fan of it.
For crouching attacks, I will leave that in the crouching attacks section later in this video. You might be thinking, how is this accomplished? Before I explain the details of what was done, I need to show you how easy it is to do. When patch 1.07 was released, From Software gave us what I consider the solution to almost every PvP balance problems.
Yeah, what you see here are essentially the tables that you can open with application called Dark Souls Map Studio. It doesn't really, you know, the name of it doesn't really like a display like the whole fucking thing. It's the thing is though that if you look in here, like for example on the greatsword, yeah, you have all the parameters here. You have all the parameters here on the right side displayed, and just matter of, for example, changing the value of the damage multiplier in the PvP is just like a changing like a one value. You accept it, boom, things just works. Simple as that.
You see, all of these are the parameter data of each character attack animation. There is this new value that was added in patch 1.07 called final damage rate parameter. What this does is separate the damage of PvP and PvE. It controls all the elemental damages, stamina damage, and even poise damage. So if we look into any of these animations, it would have a designated final damage rate parameter. For this case, the greatsword uses the value 0. If we go check the multiplier in PvP for any animation that has the value 0, got these following values as multipliers. In vanilla, the poise multiplier was 1.35, whereas this mod has it as 2.7. This would mean all the greatsword animations all had poise multipliers of 1.35, whereas in this mod it is now 2.7. It is that easy to balance poise. The reason 2.7 was
oversimplification based on the fact that, like, you know, you have to take into consideration what is the average poise in the game, how can you achieve the poise on the average, like, you know, if like the user experience at the end of the day is just fucking like okay for everyone with the current like values of the average like poise values and so on. It's like it's changing this attribute is a one thing, but thinking about consequences of the change is something completely else. So yeah, let's not oversimplify it that way, because yeah, that's cool. We have a possibility to change the parameter of the weapon class in the one go by simply like multiplication, but yeah, at the same time it's just not exactly, it's not working the way that, oh, now it's just, you know, we fix the game, yeah, instant.
MVC 5281987 just subscribed, an anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to MVC 5281987.
Thank you a lot for the sub, anonymous gamer. I'm not really good in PvP. Can someone simplify why poise is broken in Elden Ring? Poise isn't broken, poise is boring. Like, you have very little amount of the sets that legitimately gives you a good fucking results in the PvP, in the meaning that, like, you know, you like vast majority of of like balances around the poise. It just requires you to ending up with the very similar sets. And also on top of that, like veterans are not even good anymore. I mean, like, it's good, actually, not true. Would you make 100 SS usable against 133 poise? 200, yes. No. Actually, probably not. Like, not on the regular R1s. Maybe on the R2s, absolutely, yes. But actually, no. Because it's actually, its data is not bad. But yeah, like, jump attacks for sure, yeah. The problem with the poise is also that, like, it actually makes a lot of weapons just not good. Like, they do not deal enough passive poise damage for the sake of, you know, to make them legitimate in the combat. So yeah, like that's another issue, and this is the issue that Gabri is mostly like addressing here. He just increases the poise damage of many weapons for the sake of, so you simply make the bad weapons more viable. Is Bulgot even good despite its poise? Yeah, it's hard question. It's very heavy. I don't think anyone is legitimately using the full Bulgot. It doesn't have that good of the resistances. Not mean defenses, just in case. Resistances are the attributes responsible for example, your ability to withstand sleep, yeah, and so on. Flails got poise damage buff, right? And still bad it is. But I am not sure what type of buff they received. Because yeah, like for the sake of for flails to be useful, you legitimately need to give them 133 plus poise break on the regular R1. Otherwise, it's dog shit. Let's continue.
Was chosen was due to a one-handed light attack requiring that multiplier to deal 134 poise damage, which would be above 133 poise. This would mean a heavier attack of a light weapon would then deal more than 134 poise damage. Whatever the motion value of each attack in the weapon class of vanilla will now have a multiplier by 2.7. Meaning, depending on the motion value of the attack, it will not just be 134 poise damage, as that is the bare minimum for a light attack to stagger passive poise. The power stance attacks that attack simultaneously, like stray swords, were also thought out when balancing this. When both attack hits, they deal 134 poise damage. If any of the attacks hit separately, they will deal 67, which is half of that. Whereas something like power stance axes that come out at different timings each deal 134 poise damage. This is so that attacks like stray sword power stance do not obliterate hyper armor attacks by dealing 268 poise damage when both attack hits. You might then think that regardless, they are already destroying hyper armor and make it non-functional by being 134 poise damage. Fortunately, the hyper armor changes are easier than ever. You see, in vanilla, the multiplier for hyper armor was half of your armor poise plus whatever the innate poise. As you see here, that is exactly what it is. To counter the increase of poise damage, the hyper armor was given the multiplier of 3 instead of 0.5. That will make it where hyper armor is strong enough to counter the increase in.
Okay, wait. A greatsword two-handed light attack with 50 armor poise will have the following hyper armor. 5 times 3 equals 150. 150 plus 59 equals 209 hyper armor poise. with Bulgot Talisman times 0.75, 278.7. In vanilla, it would be 84 hyper armor without Bulgot and 112 hyper armor with Bulgot Talisman. Problem. I see problem with that. If you are going to play with too high of values like that, you ending up in the situation that we had before patch 1.07. So right now, your jump R2 is finally useful. You can actually use it in the combat for the sake of to always break the hyper armor. Before, it wasn't the case. So ultimately, if you are going to give that multiplier to the hyper armor, then like essentially not only like we are going to have comeback of the issues that we had with particular Ashes of War that had the very decent amount of the hyper armor, but now this issue is going to start happening on fucking Colossals, for example, yeah? Colossal Swords or something like that. You won't be able to punish the hyper armor user that is just playing like badly with just regular jump R2. Unless you're going to make the multiplier for the colossal swords like less than the great swords or something like that. I mean, that's easily fixable. Just increase JR2 poise damage motion value. It's probably the case, but then you're fucking killing PvE unless you can do that for the PvP only. I guess you can do that, yeah, because of the whole new system. So yeah, in that case, for the PvP only, you need to increase the jump attack R2 moves, yeah, for the sake of so they have like a way more poise damage. So yeah, this change on its own, like if it would be applied, it would be it actually drops the fucking jump R2 attacks into the gutter again. But if this change would be applied with the additional changes to the motion values of the of the poise damage to the jump R2, then it is okay.
Poise damage and even make it easier to hyper armor through attacks than even vanilla. So as you see, it was extremely simple to balance the poise damage, contrary to what people keep ignorantly saying that it is not possible to do.
Wait, it is... Hello, moment. You don't know if you balanced it yet, hello. You just changed values. Like, changing values and balancing is like two different things. Calm the horses, like, you know, in the actual, like, a playtest, you might end up, like, realizing that, okay, you know what, it actually doesn't work. But yeah, this is true. Like, I guess what Gabri meant here is that it is just making the changes, adjustments, and so on is actually relatively simple, and that's true.
From software even created a system that is so easy to use to allow it to change that that it can be done in a few hours to completely balance the poise issues of Elden Ring. It is a matter of actually letting them know that yes, we want it, instead of acting like it is an impossible.
I think this is very unfortunate wording, because I'm not sure if you guys have like if you see it kind of like me, but it sounds like hey yo, we just changed the values and the game is fixed, yeah, which it might be not exactly the case. Like even if you are going to introduce completely new poise system, the new issues might fucking arrive. Like, for example, it might turn out that vast majority of the weapons in this game have such a fucking terrible movesets that they are not really, like, you know, worth using anyway, and we are ending up in the square fucking one just with minimally different issue. But ultimately the outcome is that the PvP feels bad still, yeah? buff hammers, real.
It is not a possibility. or saying that they would need to completely overhaul the entire combat or some ridiculous thing, considering that it can take just one or two click of a buttons to do. Damage. Damage changes is as easy as poise damage, using the same system to change it without changing the PvE damage. The damage issues all come from power stancing dealing way too much damage, whereas another issue related to damage is what weapons that are meant to win trades don't deal enough damage. In this mod, all power stance attacks deal 20% less damage. Any power stance attack that deal damage simultaneously, like power stance spears and straight swords, got their damage reduced by 30% instead. This made them still do more damage than even two-handed attacks, but not by much. Crouching attacks damage changes will be explained in the crouching attack section later in this video. Before we go into how to improve the damage of heavy weapons that always lose trades due to not having true
White
combos,
Cloud just subscribed. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to White Cloud.
Thank you a lot for gifting, Anonymous Gamer.
Damage of heavy weapons that always lose trades due to not having true combos, I want to talk about the synergy between light and heavy attacks that we changed in this mod, as that is important to help understand the improvements for heavy weapons we will talk about shortly after. In vanilla, From Software added a system where the second light attack comes after most animations that made sense, and not just the first light attack. This was a great change that had a great impact on PvP for many weapons. However, that change is only for the second light attack only, and not the second heavy. Well, in this mod, the second heavy attack will come after every first attack, similar to how the second light attack comes after every single attack animation that makes sense. So after the first light attack, jumping attack, running attacks, and so on, I say animations that make sense, as some heavy attacks don't make sense to allow them to go into the second heavy instead of the first.
Okay, like, wait, because maybe I'm just like a little bit confused, but what he essentially did is he allowed the blending of the R1 attacks into R2 attacks, yeah? I like it. It's a good change, I would say. But it might also like ultimately at the end of the day, it might not solve the core issues, in the meaning that it's just stylish. Question is if that's even fucking usable in vast majority of cases. The another thing is, if you can blend the heavy attacks and the light attacks, it makes me wonder if you are not ending up with the infinite amount of the hyper armor, essentially. That depends how fast you can blend them. So that, you know, potentially it would end up in the situation some dude like it's like, you know, it would require shit tons of additional balancing.
In this mod, I polished the flow of the animations quite a bit, that you can access much of the subsequent attacks easier depending on how it flows between animations. For example,
I mean, it's looking
you can
great.
do the first light attack with a colossal weapon here into the second heavy, and from there,
yeah, it's looking beautiful.
And from the second heavy, you can do the third light attack, as you see here. It also makes it easier to put players.
To be honest, I would take potential fucking balance issues that the game could have after this change, just because of how cool the idea is and how decent it might reflect in the gameplay afterwards.
Into a 50-50 situation, since most heavy attacks have the same startup as the first light attack, meaning that after you get the first hit, the opponent will have to make a choice of either panic rolling to not get hit by the fast second light attack and risk getting hit by the second heavy, or not panic rolling anticipating the heavy attack instead, but instead risk getting hit by the second light attack since it is fast. Regardless, notice how it flows beautifully, creating some unique combos instead of being a light attack into another light attack or heavy to another heavy. If we use something like the Y-hander, it will go into the first heavy instead, as that is a unique attack and it would break its unique aspect if we made it go into second heavy instead.
The problem is that there is no in-between animation. It's in the combat, it's gonna be super annoying from like a perspective of the opponent to fucking react to this. Like what happens is you have jump attack, and like the weapon kind of teleports on the side.
Go into second heavy instead. This is an example of
like the animation is not smoothened, yeah, in any sort of way. There is no in-between animation. It's just like basically the weapon is like once it's like in front of you and then it teleports to the side. It's gonna give you like, you know, like it's probably not that visible from the perspective of a regular viewer, like where you are not hyper focusing on your opponent, but when you are going to be in combat, it might feel fucking clunky, it might feel bad.
Heavy attacks that don't make sense to make them use the second heavy attack instead of first, as it will make his Y-hander just another colossal if it goes into the second heavy like every other colossal sword. Now there is a good reason to choose those colossal swords over something like Y-hander and vice versa. So as you can see here, while we don't have true combos other than the ones for heavy weapons and the subsequent attacks, by having the light and heavy attacks have this synergy, you're able to capitalize on the mixing up of your light and heavy attacks. However,
this is great.
Light and heavy attacks aren't the only ones that have the good synergy.
Like, it's not even from the balance perspective, it's just from the perspective how cool it looks like, to be honest.
The offhand attacks and the power stance attacks also receive the ability to have great synergy with light.
Yeah, this, like, man,
here,
even though really it's gonna fucking be a fucking hell of a thing to balance, it is just looking great.
This in many ways raises the skill ceiling extremely high and much higher than a system with true combos from neutral like Dark Souls 3 did, while still retaining the skill aspect such as spacing of it due to passive poise not being a deterrent anymore, but instead a positive support of limiting the extremely fast attacks like the dagger example we gave earlier.
Yeah, man,
heavy weapon changes. Since the damage of power stance was significantly reduced and fast weapons are able to break the passive poise reliably while also making sure the extremely